It is so good to be back and to hear those absolutely awful takes about Shohei Ohtani playing one position. What the hell are you talking about?
Who's he talking
He's got
about?
a 2.10 ERA pitching. He's leading baseball in home runs. Let him do both.
Let him play. Let him play.
That's fine.
Let him play.
Let him play.
Let him play.
Hey, when he needs Tommy John again and he fucking ruins it, come back and then be chanting, let him play.
Some of that Tommy John again. You can take this Tommy John and shove it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that garbage.
Yeah. I think he was talking about, ass.
I think he was too.
Hey, Jet, can we talk about this? Because, I have played professionally. You've seen my thing on that one website that is legit.
Yeah, you were great.
But aside from that, growing up in Pittsburgh, that city is not just pumping out massive baseball fans, okay? Like the Pittsburgh Pirates are not a team that is, in the city, everybody's, I want to be like that. It's not really, especially with the Penguins around and the Steelers around. It's just, there are fans of the Pirates, but you get it. So there's an unwritten rule thing I would like to talk to you about with Tony La Russa burying his own player or whatever. We will talk about that at some point, the unwritten rules. I don't really understand that. But I think the part that I'm confused by, and it feels like you might be on my side here, has anybody fucking done what this guy is doing right now? And why is it not being talked about as like the greatest thing to ever happen to baseball is this guy? Is it because their team stinks? And how does their team stink if the favorite for the MVP, Mike Trout, is on the team, and this guy is on the team? Why do they stink? How do they stink? And is this the greatest thing to ever happen to baseball? And will there be more, you think?
Okay, let's try and go bit by bit here. This has been done. The last guy to do it was somebody named Babe Ruth. I think you've probably heard of him.
Yeah, we talk about
so
that, yeah.
It's been 100 years since we've seen somebody who's been as good on both sides of the baseball.
The next big
And Pat, I was trying, I know this is a football audience mainly on this show, so I was trying to come up with the best possible comparison for what Shohei Ohtani's doing. And I think I got a good one, actually.
Okay.
Imagine you had a player who is Justin Herbert, except he can also rush on the defensive side of the ball, like TJ Watt, or TJ Watt, who can play quarterback like Justin Herbert. And the reason that I'm making those comparisons, the closest thing to a dominant pitcher to me is a quarterback. If you're a starting pitcher, you have control of the game. You have the ability to take over a game just like a quarterback does. And Shohei Ohtani, even though he hasn't been pitching deep into games, even though he hasn't been going more than once a week on the mound, the fact is he's still out there. And when he's out there, he's got all the potential in the world. And he looks really good right now. That was Justin Herbert last year. When it comes to TJ Watt, I wanted to look at a guy who wasn't one-dimensional necessarily, but has power, has the ability to change the game with one hit, to come off the edge, to crush a quarterback, to cause a fumble, to zone blitz and drop back and make a pick. That's what Ohtani does. Yeah. His home runs, his power is not unparalleled in baseball, but it's right up there. So if you can imagine having a franchise-type quarterback who also plays defensive end, or a defensive end who's also an elite quarterback, that's what Ohtani's doing right now, and that's why it is so incredible and should be a bigger story than it is.
So he's the greatest baseball player of all time?
No. And here's why.
Two reasons.
Come on, Jet.
Jet, you just said he was. You literally just said he's the next Babe Ruth. Is the Bambino not the greatest player of all time? This is the next one. He's younger. He hits the ball further. He throws the ball faster.
He is, Pat. And the reason that Babe Ruth is the greatest of all time is because he did it for more than a month and a half.
Come on. Listen, I want to crown him. Okay, that's what
I know you want to crown him. Now, I'm not crowning him yet.
Is there any chance this lasts? Is there any chance this lasts? Because it feels like because there are boxing fans that listen to this show.
Yeah.
To make a boxing comparison, I had to think about this.
Oh, yeah.
It would be like what the baseball fans are saying to me. So when Conor McGregor signed up for boxing, against Floyd Mayweather, at that point, I was a massive Conor McGregor fan. Massive. I'm like, this dude is it. I mean, he cuts promos, he wins, he gets it, he understands the business. Like, he's Ric Flair in fighting. I mean, this guy is absolutely incredible. So if he was signing up to go box I had faith. I'm like, all right, if he's not putting himself out there to get beat. So I put a rather large bet on him to beat Floyd Mayweather in boxing. Just like what the baseball community has done to me here recently about this Shohei Ohtani, the boxing community came after me heavy. And they're basically like, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Waste of your money. Send me that money instead of doing what you're doing right there. You're so dumb. He'll never be able to last. He'll never be able to last. And then like the first round comes out, he looks good. Second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round. I'm like, these motherfuckers don't know Conor. Conor's different. Yeah. Seventh round, eighth round, ninth round, 10th. It's like, hey, these motherfuckers don't know Conor. He is different. And then all of a sudden, it happened. I mean, he was absolutely dead. And Floyd has been doing this his entire life. It was like, I don't know how Conor got to that level of fitness to make it that far. Nobody thought he was going to make it that far, but he was able to. And then Floyd just beat the hell out of him. It was like, okay, this is the game we're playing here. It feels like that's what baseball people are saying to me. It feels like that's what you just said to me as well. There's no chance he's going to be able to continue this long term?
No. I didn't say. I'm not saying that. It's hard. It is really hard. And the reason we know it's hard, Pat, is because there have been players who have had two-way talent like this before who have tried and just have not been able to do it. This is the closest the players come to being a genuine two-way player, like I said, in a century. And so it is a difficult thing to maintain, but I actually have faith that he's going to do it right now. I think it's taken a few years. Remember, the Shohei Ohtani story, we have to rewind a little bit, and it's incredible what he did. He had to play in Japan for like 4 more years, and he could have come to the United States and been paid $200, $250, $300 million. Instead, he said, I want to challenge myself at 23, go to the best league in the world, and I'm going to get paid $2.3 million for it. He took 1% of what he was worth for the opportunity to come here and try and do this. And it's taken a few years. It has taken a Tommy John surgery. But I think he's in that place right now where he is comfortable, he is fit, and he can actually do this and sustain it. And I don't know if it's going to be a 10-year thing, but sustain it for a few years and show the world what he can be. Sign me up.
Wrench, thank you.
Attaboy.
Let's get to some old timers talking baseball. Can we do that?